Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube. This is the good, the bad and the ugly astrology. We are doing Mars and Cancer today. So this placement, oh my God, I have been so eager to do this one because it's such an interesting place to have your Mars. Okay, so first of all, before we even get started, Mars is the ruler of Aries. Aries is home to the first house. Mars is your drive, your motivation, your sexuality. Mars is a fiery planet. You know, it's masculine. And Cancer is a feminine sign. Cancer is home to the fourth house on the natal chart. Cancer is also a cardinal sign, just like Mars is a cardinal planet. Okay, so that's one good thing when you put these two together. But Mars in Cancer is not the best place to have your Mars. First of all, Cancer is a water sign. Okay, and putting it into fiery Mars, obviously, what happens to fire when you put water on it? You get steam. The fire goes out or it inflames. It all depends on how the fire started, but let's not get technical now, okay? We get steam. When your Mars is in Cancer, your displacement is debilitated. It's not a very good place to have your Mars. Let's start off with who has their Mars in Cancer? Chris Brown. What does that mean? So I'll start off by saying a few good points about Mars in Cancer. Okay. Now Chris Brown has his Mars in Cancer, and obviously we all know what he's done. Okay. However, you name me 5 other celebrities that have done what he's done and managed to maintain such an amazing career. Like Chris Brown, even now I love Chris Brown's music. I don't care. I love his music. And he's extremely consistent. You know, he's very, very talented, and evidently he has that drive, and it's that Cancer drive. And the thing is with Mars in Cancers, because it's in a cardinal sign, you guys have the ability to channel your energy in the right place, okay? Because it's actually all about balance. Having your Mars in Cancer is all about controlling your emotions and also having it balanced, okay? And someone like Chris Brown, you know, he's able to, when he really puts his mind to things and he creates music, he makes really good music. And it's because of that Mars in Cancer that gives him the drive to keep on going, because he's quite angry, okay? And or he can be quite angry. And when you listen to the lyrics of his music as well, it definitely comes out in his music, but it also touches your body, especially if you're a water sign. You guys feel this shit, right? But it touches your body in a way in which I feel the pain. I feel it because he's channeling his emotions into music, and it comes out beautifully. Okay, this is the thing with Mars and Cancers. A lot of people don't actually know how to channel their energy, and I find that people who are more on a spiritual journey that have their Mars in Cancer are completely aware of their energy, and they're able to use this. They are more of the evolved type. Now, there's a lot of people out there, obviously, that aren't quite evolved yet, and they have their Mars in Cancer, and it's a very they can be very, very aggressive people. Now, as Cancer is ruled by the moon, okay, the moon is ruled by the mother. The moon represents the mother. The moon is your emotions, and also the fourth house, you know, home to the moon. It's the house of Cancer. It's your foundations. It's your childhood. So especially if you've got a Mars in that house, a lot of people that do have their Mars in Cancers tend to have issues with their mothers. Mars in most of the houses doesn't do particularly well, but it creates a trauma type of feeling when it's in the fourth house, you know. I've done a few readings on people, and some people have actually experienced some type of childhood abuse with their Mars being in the fourth house. Some type of issues with their mother as well. Mars in Cancer can bring that whatever house it's in, but more so the fourth house. But at the same time, I feel like when you have your Mars in Cancer, these people have this, especially if it's the men, oh my God. When it's a man who's got Mars in Cancer, even if it's in the 4th house, he's going to have this feeling of, okay, you know, my mum is the cause of all of my problems. And, you know, depending on where his Venus is, oh my God. For example, a man who's got his Mars in Cancer, okay, and he's got a Venus in Aries. When you have squaring between Mars and Venus, you're not going to understand the opposite sex correctly either. And there's going to be a misunderstanding between you and women, or, you know, you and men, or you're going to have a misunderstanding between you and the opposite sex. And you're going to have this tendency to want to create a family. You want to have a family and you want to have children, but you're not going to respect women properly, especially if it's Venus and Aries, especially if you don't channel your Mars in the right direction. People that do have their Mars in Cancer, you guys are going to be really good cooks, because by nature, you know, you are all about cooking and having a really nice home. I've mentioned this in Venus in Cancer video. You guys are very particular about how your home looks. You want it to be as comfortable, and you are about touches and feels and textures, fabrics, things like that. And, you know, making a home very, very comfortable for you. When you have issues with your mother, you tend to be someone who's learning how not to be, rather than how, oh, I want to be just like my mum. You know, it's a different type of energy when you have your Mars in Cancer. And in some cases, you may even have to be that parent who has to mother your parents, you know? Like I have to mother my dad, or I have to mother my dad. And my dad's got his Mars in Scorpio, but he's a Grand Trine water, like he's crazy water. But I've realized that with Pisces energy, like you do have to mother Pisces parents as well. Now, let's not forget, Cancer is ruled by the moon. So what happens with the moon? The moon changes signs every day. When you are governed by the moon's activities, you tend to be someone who's very, very emotional. And what I've noticed is, you know, you guys can definitely be very, very moody, right? But what happens when Mars in Cancer gets angry? This is interesting because, you know, Mars in Cancer is in full here, so it doesn't deal with emotions particularly well. When it's in the moon, obviously it deals with emotions in a very moony type of way, moody, and they are able to express their emotions. But when you have your Mars in Cancer, the kind of person you are, you have aggressive tendencies. And especially if your Mars is in that 7th house and your Mars is in Cancer, you can either be the aggressor in your relationships, or you attract aggressive people towards you. You can be, these people, the best way to describe, I was watching Jeremy Kyle the other day. You know, you Americans would probably say Maury or whatever, right? But Jeremy Kyle, basically a typical situation. You have a gathering, right? You invite your friends, family round, and you invite them around to your best friend's house, or you invite them around to your cousin's house, okay? And one of your friends comes in and, you know, they see a pair of Gucci glasses on the table. And those glasses belong to your cousin. So what happens? You know, someone steals them. You find out that it's, you know, that person that stole it, because this is your cousin's glasses that they worked months just to buy. You know, they're expensive. This is your cousin. You love your cousin. You guys are extremely passionate. And what you tend to do is, the minute you find out who stole those glasses, you're down there and you are beating the shit out of that person out of anger. And what it is, you need to learn to balance things, because once you blow, that is it. Like, I would love to be friends with a Mars and Cancer person, because I'm a good friend anyway, right? So I've got no issues being around them, because I would never backstab them. Trust me, and I'm very confident in my words. But people backstab me. My Mars is in Aquarius. So there's times where I just might walk away from a situation. Whereas my Mars and Cancer friend would be, oh no, girl, let's go to the house. Let's go burn it down. You know, they would gas me up to do criminal stuff. And I'm an Aries. I can't help but be a criminal sometimes, right? But when your Mars is in it, people can definitely go too far at times, you know. They are the type to definitely borderline kill you. They are capable of doing that. And this is what I was mentioning with Chris Brown earlier, because we all know Chris Brown's done domestic violence to Rihanna and Karrueche and stuff, right? But this is because when they are pushed, not even when they are pushed, but they have to learn how to balance and channel their anger. And I find when you have your Mars in Cancer and you're arguing with someone or even fighting, learn to stop midway and walk away, okay? Because I could sit here and say, oh, don't fight Mars and Cancer, but you guys don't care. You won't fight anybody. But learn to stop midway, because you guys can go too far. And like I said, borderline try and kill someone. And you don't want to, but it just happens. You guys stop midway and just walk away from the situation and go and channel this energy into the gym, into boxing. Learn how to box. Should you be boxing? I don't know. Just learn how to challenge it into something that's going to be creative for you. Even if you go into spirituality, meditating, like I said before, you know, it all depends on how evolved you are as a Mars in Cancer, because a lot of people that are very spiritual into meditating don't suffer with these issues. And you guys just need to learn how to balance your energy, your reactions to things a lot better. And also, we can look at Cancer energy as being very passive as well. And some people are either on the weak side of Mars or the forceful side of Mars. You've got one or the other. There's no in between sometimes. Like, it's really weird. You can be that kind of Mars in Cancer person that is passive, doesn't really react to things, especially if it's in retrograde or even in the 12th house, okay? But when you have it in an aggressive house like the 7th, for example, you can definitely be someone who is likely to be way too forceful in your actions. And like when you are really fired up and you're angry and stuff, you are someone who doesn't tend to take responsibilities for your actions so quickly, okay? Over time, yeah, but not so quickly. You tend to do this thing where like, you tend to be this, oh, but you shouldn't have done this to me, and you know, you shouldn't have treated me like that, and you kind of blame someone else for your actions, whereas you're in control of your actions. You have the choice to walk away or pick up that knife and stab them in the chest. You have that choice, but you cannot blame others for pushing you to that point. But I understand it because it's Mars in Cancer, but you have that choice to walk away. Going back to being weak and forceful, a lot of the times these people are not even the type to even look like they would hurt you. They have this very gentle about them. They seem very, very sweet. But listen, Mars and Cancers tend to be that kid that is so sweet and bless him. Look at him playing with the flowers in the corner. He's that kid, right, that has this cuteness about him. But when he gets mad, he's going to kill everyone in the playground. You know, it's like that. So they definitely need to have that kind of balance and channel their energy into something. So even as a child, so if there's like a child that has their Mars in Cancer, I would definitely advise that these people put their child into a sport, something that is there where they're able to use their aggressive forcefulness in the right direction, in the right environment. Because let's not forget, Cancer is a cardinal sign. Cancer is the initiator. Cancer, a cardinal sign, they have that drive for success. So putting them into sport where they can compete with others it definitely gives them that advantage. What is the sex life like with Mars in Cancers? Mars in Cancer's sex life, they are definitely attracted to people who can nurture them in the bedroom. So someone who is going to be very, very soft on them, you know, caress their body, very romantic, and he grabbed my neck and he stroked my body and made me feel good. They are definitely into the romance in the bedroom, and obviously feeling like this person is nurturing them as well. But this is the thing with Mars in Cancer, all right? You guys also enjoy the aggressiveness in the bedroom because it's about the balance, right? It's about maintaining the balance between one and the other, be the passive nature and also the forceful nature, weak, forceful. When it comes to sex, you like both. You like to be thrown around the bedroom. You like to be stroked and caressed, and your sex technique as well is also, being thrown, throwing someone around the bedroom, or dominatrix, even hurting someone. So that is my Mars in Cancer video. I hope you guys have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one, people. Take care.